Fabrizio Romano, Gabriel Jesus to Arsenal. Here we go. Pastor Tams fully agreed with his agent Marcelo Pentinati and his two partners. Gabriel signs until 2027. It is 100% done. Arsenal already agreed 45 million fee with Manchester City as revealed on Friday. Edu and Mikel Arteta very key for the deal to happen. Rather than lads, welcome back to Cossy's Arsenal podcast. My name is Cossy. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in all parts of the world. I'm officially opening the lines in the comments. How many goals will this lad, Gabriel Jesus, score for Arsenal? It is official now. Here we go. We do not expect any hijackings. We do not expect any deals to fail. We do not expect any breakdowns in talks. It is official. It is done. Here we go from Fabrizio Romano. How many goals will Gabriel Jesus score for Arsenal? How many do you want him to score for Arsenal? Last campaign, in 41 appearances, he scored for Manchester City 13 and created 12 assists. That is 25 goal involvements in 41 assists. For a modern striker, that is not bad. That is actually not bad, a statistic. Do you think coming at Arsenal, playing in a more regular basis, in a position where he loves, rather than playing him on the right wing and Arsenal play him down through the middle, do you think that will give him chances and the opportunity and the courage to score more goals than he has scored for Manchester City? That is your role in the comment box right about now. But let's get into it. First and foremost, this is a deal that Arsenal have completed, a deal of priority. And I've always said that this summer it's a no-brainer. Arsenal will get in a striker. Arsenal should get in a striker. The caliber of striker, though, that I thought we would go for is the Darwin Núñez and Erling Haaland. But I think Gabriel Jesus, is underrated to some extent. And I'm going to tell you why. I think it's underrated. If he had 3 years on his contract, if he had 4 years on his contract, and he was signing in for Manchester City, I think he would have gone for 70 million euros. Arsenal are really lucky that this deal has ended and we have completed it on only 45 million. It's because the player's contract is running down. And also the player has been pushing to get his way out of Manchester City after signing in Erling Haaland and Edson Alvarez. I think it's not Edson Alvarez. I think the other lad is Alvarez, but not Edson. So, I mean, so many Arsenal fans out there feel this is not the signing. Yes, I understand and I hear you that Gabriel Jesus has massively underscored his XG. He's massively scoring very, very low goals as compared to the goals that is expected to score. He's getting into those goal-scoring areas a lot better. And he's missing a couple of chances as well. I think his conversion rate is not that up to the task. But Mikel Arteta, a coach that worked with him at Manchester City, we hope he can actually help him work on that. Fabrizio Romano, I want to say thanks to Fabrizio because he's been giving us very, very consistent updates around this deal and also making sure that we get reliable updates. All the updates I've been telling you have been absolutely reliable. And if anyone, wants to, bleach the credibility of this podcast, I pity you. I absolutely pity you because you're never going to be able to do that. Always, when you say this podcast is not true, not on point, we get a done deal about all the players we've actually been reporting about. Now, Arsenal have signed 2 players. According to Fabrizio Romano, he says Gabriel Jesus will be our 3rd signing of the summer. I think 4th because he has just forgotten McQuinners. But he says he's going to be our 3rd. That is on his Instagram after Vieira and Matt Turner. And he says, and it is now absolutely not done for Arsenal. They will bring in more and more players. It's going to be hell of fire. It's gonna rain transfers. It's gonna rain players at Arsenal, this transfer window, we are doing an absolute exorcism, right? We are doing an absolute exorcism at Arsenal. We're driving out everything negative. We are driving out any kind of attitude that is negative, attitudes of not signing players, attitudes of of feeling as underdogs and everything. We are doing an absolute exorcism. But I wanted to talk about Gabriel Jesus and the question that I've posed to you. How many goals does he score at Arsenal? Right? So, in my opinion, this is it. Gabriel Jesus is in the caliber of players that can score 20 plus goals a campaign. I absolutely think so. One, I think at Manchester City, we've talked about this with one of my friends on WhatsApp, Rukani Media, and he gave me a very, very good reason. He says, look, he's not been playing in the position where he wants to play. You want to be a number 9 and you want to be played down through the middle. And the system that the Pep Guardiola likes to play and wants to use at Manchester City does not allow that. He wants that kind of free flow of players. You must be able to play wherever you are used and wherever he deploys you. I think Mikel Arteta is quite a different manager from Pep. We've seen Mikel Arteta try to consistently use players in positions they love. Kieran has always played as a left back. Tomiyasu has always played as a full back. You had Gabriel Magalhaes and Ben White playing as centre backs. You have Odegaard playing in that pocket of space where he wants to play. Saka on the right, Martinelli on the right, on the left, and that is what I love about Mikel. I've loved about Mikel last campaign. Not switching the 11 too much, not getting things too complicated. It doesn't help. It really doesn't help. So there is also that question, lads, that if Gabriel Magalhaes gets into on Arsenal side, that is going to give him the role as a striker, that is going to avail him with 38 games in a campaign, he might be able to score 20 plus goals in a campaign. And the reason there is, if you look at his previous seasons, he's not been really outstretched. It's not very, very far away from hitting those levels. 13 last campaign has been, he's been scoring at 13, 12, 8, 9, right? And he's predominantly played as in those two positions interchangeably as a right winger and also as a center forward. I think look, this has been very, very key in leading him away from Manchester City and in very key in signing him for Arsenal, because he said, I want to go to a club that gives me football in a place that I want, in a position that I want to play in. I want to go to a club that gives me football and have no excuses. You cannot give me 27, 25 irregular games and you claim I'm not doing it. Give me the game time. Give me the consistency. It affects players, right? It truly affects players. Yes, they create a lot at Manchester City. They create a lot of chances. You have players that create a lot of chances. But the inconsistency also has been affecting Gabriel Jesus. He plays as a right forward, as a right winger, and then for 5 games, and then the next 3 games he plays as a center forward. So he wants that consistency, and I think he's gonna get it at Arsenal. That is reason number 1 why I think he'll hit 20 goals. But then the other reason why I think he'll definitely hit 20 goals is we've seen that he can also score 4 goals in a game, 3 goals in a game. And I think an Arsenal, if you pair him with Martin Odegaard, if you pair him with Fabio Vieira, that is where you're going to see the absolute magic in this team, right? The creativity at Manchester City for me is absolutely phenomenal. They are absolutely phenomenal. You literally cannot fight them, right? You cannot equal them. They and Liverpool are absolutely up in the air, right? But I think that is what Mikel is trying to build. That is what Mikel Arteta is trying to construct on Arsenal as well. Fabio Vieira and Martin Odegaard, 2 typical number 10s in the game, playing side by side just below Gabriel Jesus. So you expect, probably you can expect 10 assists from Martin Odegaard. That is guaranteed. And then you can expect for his new season in the Premier League, if he can manage around 7 assists for Gabriel Jesus, or at least 5. Those are 15 goals already from your number 10s, created for your number 9, right? You have Kieran Tierney, who is we've been asking for a fox in the box, and I think one of the reasons why he will score these many goals for Arsenal, first and foremost, you have those balls coming in from Kieran Tierney, right? They don't need someone very huge. They don't need someone very, very strong. You need to be there. And that is what we've been asking for. We need a fox in the box. We need someone who can be able to, stick his foot in between defenders and tap that ball into the back of the net. I think Gabriel Jesus is good at that. His positioning as a striker is okay. I do not have a problem with that. I do have problems with him in other areas when it comes to being clinical. He needs to work on that. But being a player available in the penalty area, he's far better, 100% better than Alexander Lacazette. And that's what we've talked about this season. Lacazette, chances coming in, and he's either just arriving too late, or he's literally nowhere to be seen. And why I also feel that Gabriel Jesus will fit into Arsenal, and there's gonna be no doubt about that, is his versatility on that front line. At times you're gonna have him, exchanged for Saka. At times you're gonna have him exchanged for Gabi Martinelli or Rafinha, if he comes in. And he's absolutely comfortable. He's a bowler. He's very, very good on the ball. He's a player who can just allow the team play by either drifting away from that central position and playing football elsewhere, or just playing naturally as a false 9. So listen, lads, Arsenal have done a very good deal for Gabriel Jesus. A very wonderful deal. He's a player that starts for Manchester City. In my opinion, he would start for Chelsea. He would start for Manchester United. He would start probably not for Spurs, because Spurs have Harry Kane, and you know the numbers Harry Kane is putting in for Spurs. But if Spurs do not have Harry Kane, he starts for them, because we cannot say that is too imaginary. So he doesn't start for Spurs, in my opinion. He starts for West Ham. Sorry for that. He starts for West Ham, and he starts for all the other big sides, probably apart from Liverpool. And we do not know with Liverpool now that Sadio Mane is gone. We don't know what Darwin Núñez is going to do. And we don't know what kind of heights Darwin Núñez is going to hit. So for me, a striker that can start for 90% of our rivals, a striker proven in the Premier League, a versatile striker across that forward line, and a player that I think has got the experience we need at a very young age. Good deal. Arsenal, good deal. 45 million. Deal until 2027. You can sell him at any point in time. Gabriel, 25. By the time he's 28, if he gets a season where he bangs in 25 goals, Madrid, Barcelona, Bayern, they're going to come for him. I'm telling you this 100%. They're going to come for him. And Arsenal could make, if they decide to sell him, which I totally disagree with, they could make double what they are paid for, right? They could make double what they made, what they paid for the player. So for me, lads, it's a good deal. All the banter from other clubs, I don't give a fuck. Gabriel Jesus is officially a Gooner. Here we go from Fabrizio Romano, and the day could not get any better. Gabriel Jesus to Arsenal. Here we go. Personal terms fully agreed with his agent, Marcelo Pettinanti, and his 2 partners. Gabriel signs until 2027. It is 100% done. Arsenal already agreed a fee with Manchester City as revealed on Friday. Edu, Mikel Arteta, key for the deal.